Welcome everyone. This is our eighth video, I believe, on our online shopping API tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at styling our list of products page and as well as the add to cart page. If you would have seen on the previous tutorial that our list of cart items page is already has an industry standard look and feel, so we just need to update the other ones as well so that they conform to the same standards. So if it happens that this is your first video, please don't hesitate to go back and check out the other videos that are actually a build up of all of this. So as you can see on my screen, this is the final result of our products index page that we want to be looking at once we are done with all of this. And this is how we want our add to cart item page to look like. So as per the standard of our tutorial, I am Prince, that's me, and then our code for this tutorial is just keep going. You never know how far you can go. By Ghana. Is actually a music artist. So let's dive into it quickly. This is gonna be a quick one. So I have our application and it's currently running, and if you can see here, just reload this page, and then when you reload this page you then realize we have this default look or this basic look and feel of the page, which is like it's like a school project. So we want to turn this into something that is more user friendly and something that is actually eye-catching to the user. So if I click on add to cart now, it also has another basic design. There's nothing fancy on there. So these are all the enhancements that we're going to be adding on these two pages. So I'll go ahead and stop my application from running, and we are looking at the UI, of course. So on this UI, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of all of this. We don't want this anymore. Not that we don't want it, we just prefer something that is more styled and something that looks better. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of all of this, and then get rid of that. Nice. So now I don't have anything on this page, it's just a blank page. Could run it, but that would be a waste of time. So in the interest of time, I'm just gonna dive into the HTML code, and then afterwards we're gonna style this page and actually see what it looks like afterwards. And then when we are done with our products page, then we will move on to the add to cart page. So I'm just quickly gonna add a div class, and this is just a container div for all the details that we want to display on there. So that's what I want. And then inside this div, I want to have a heading. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a heading of H4, and then just give it the name our products. Then from there I want to create a div role that will actually contain all of the product details that we want to display to our user. Okay, now that I have this, now I can go in and loop onto the items that we have coming from this model, of course. So now that I have this, we want to implement some sort of a hierarchy. If you go back to our slides, and look at our action points for today. So we want to add CSS for all elements of the page. We want to use standard elements. I have to quickly undo that. We want to use standard elements to conform to the Bootstrap standard. We want a clean card structure, and we want a fixed data hierarchy, a proper image handling, button styling, and hover effect. So we'll go through this step by step. So our first hierarchy that we want to look at is going to be like, we want to display an image, and then we want to display the details of that product that is being displayed on that image. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get rid of this. And then over here, I want to go and firstly specify another div alignment, and then now we need the actual card. Now that we have the card, we can then start with our hierarchy. We said we're gonna start with the image div. Okay, I have to undo that. It's a typo. Then we have product image. Okay, cool. And then this will have an image. I want to sort out that syntax quickly, because our image should look something like, quickly go ahead and get rid of this. and then our image should be data image and then JPEG. It's actually picking it up, which is good. So I'm gonna type this base 64, it convert to base 64 string item.image, and then I'm just gonna remove this part at the end here. Everything else that was generated, I need it, but not this. So moving on, we have our image. Interesting. Yeah, that looks good. And then next we need our product details now. So there we go. It's funny how all the stuff gets auto generated by your IDE. These IDE are very smart and they make our jobs easier. But okay, now we have an alignment issue somewhere we need to sort out. Just gonna quickly make sure everything is aligned correctly. Okay, I see the problem here. No, I don't actually. So this closes that when we have two more divs missing from the generated stuff. That should be fine now. Perfect. So inside the product div, I'm gonna call this a product body quickly, and then I wanna have an H5, meaning like the name needs to be some sort of a heading. Quickly gonna give this class and then call it product title, and then afterwards I need to just call the item name. Like so. Then I can get rid of this one. It's complaining about something. This is my H5 class, product title, close it at item.name, and then afterwards I'm gonna have a P. I'm gonna give this also a class. These classes will be very useful when we do our styling just now. So this will be like a product brand, it will be item brand. Then next I have another P, class, which is our product price. So as soon as we have a price, we can go add the one for the description now. This one will be class, and it's gonna be the product description, and then inside the panel I want to add item for my model or object that's coming from a list of my model, and then just call this description. I don't need these two, so I can get rid of these two links, and then from there I can now specify a button. And there's one more thing missing. We need to know, let me just quickly put like some spaces in between the line breaks rather, so that this looks neater. So after the item description, I need to know the quantity, how many of these items do I actually have in stock. Okay, cool. And then okay, cool. And then after that, I need to do a button for adding this item to my cart or to the user card. So I need to redirect to a controller method. So this href needs to go to product, get product by ID, this one over there. So to do that, we're gonna have to use the add function. So it's gonna be at URL dot action, and the method name that we just saw now, which is get product by ID. Get product by ID. Yes, that is correct. Okay, it looks like this guy already knows what I'm looking for. So get product by ID, product new, and then it's item.id. That's exactly what I want. So thank you IntelliSense for generating that for us. And then undo that. Just type something wrong there. Okay, yeah. Get rid of that. do that. And then we just need to change this text over here, because I don't want to view details, but I just want to add to cart. Perfect. So now that I have all of this, here comes the most important part: styling it. So we're gonna go through it step by step. So if you look at our if we look at the HTML code we just wrote, we have a div for product card. So we're gonna start with that. Because it's a class, we're gonna reference it with a dot. So you can say dot product card. And then after that, we want to give this a background, a radius, a padding. So let's go ahead and say background needs to be like so. So it's on a white background. And then the border, we want this to be 10 px. Just so that there's some space in between the cards, and then it actually looks nice. It's actually a border radius. So if there's an error there, okay, cool. And then this will have a padding of 15 pixels. Just give it a space here. And the box shadow 0. Let's have it for px by 12, and then give it a 0.8. And then now we want to look at the transition. Okay, I'm happy with that. 0.3 is easy, that's fine. And then the height of 100%. And then display. Then we need to flex direction. And then we need to justify the content. Cool. Perfect. That should cover this product card. So now we need to look at the product image, product body, and each and every single one of these elements inside the product body. So yeah, we're gonna have to go through this one quickly. Okay, I'm just gonna add the rest of the code because like you saw on the other page, this is something that has already been implemented. Just taking you guys through it so that you can see the changes that had to be added. But I'm not gonna actually sit here and type out the entire CSS code, but I'll actually take you through what it does and what is it for. So our product card will give all of these nice looking field onto this product card, right? And then our product card who element is just to make sure that our card can show our user that it has been selected or the user is pointing at the card rather. And then we have the product image, which is our product image here. And then from there we have the product image element, which means it's looking at this product image div, but this image element inside it. And then we have the title, which is our product title over there, as you can see. Like I mentioned, this dot is pointing to the class, and then the product brand, and that's another product brand. If you know HTML and CSS, you can change this to work with IDs, and then you would have to use like a hashtag instead of a dot, but it works on the same principle. And then we have the price, and then that's the style for our product price. And then for our product description, we have this style over here for our product description. And then we have our product stock, and we have this style for our product stock. And we also have a badge stock, which is this one inside the product stock div element. So they are working together. You see it just now when I run this application now and you see how it looks better than before. And then we have our button card. We have our button card, and it also has a hover function implemented for it. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and quickly run this, make sure everything still builds. I'm not expecting any errors. We're only working with the view here, so we shouldn't have any syntax errors, but let's see. As expected, our build is successful, so I'm just going to start this up, and then we can look at the results. Busy loading. So I think that's my first microservice, and that is my UI. Here's the third one, and that is my second microservice. So I'm just gonna go straight to the UI because we haven't made any back-end changes, so there's no need to test the microservices. So I'm gonna go view items and look at the items in stock. It's a bit slow, should I be worried? There we go. So now our view looks way better than before. We have this hover function we mentioned now. Look at our price, it's actually bold. And look at our quantity, it says there's 2 items in stock, 4 in stock. So this looks like a professional website now, way better than before. And that's just the power of CSS. No additional libraries, nothing else. So now we're gonna go ahead and fix these 2 issues. We want to clean this up. We don't want that index and that create new over there. Remember that it's still hard coded. We will look at updating that value dynamically on our next tutorials. And then now we want to change this from dollars to rands since we are in South Africa. Or should we leave it as dollars? Let's quickly see. So on the price, we're removing the dollar, we make that a rand, and then at the top we don't want this index anymore. I think I can leave the create new for now, even though I'm not sure if we are really gonna need it for now, but I think we have enough items. So let's go ahead and remove that. And then I'm gonna restart this. And then we should see those changes now with a rand for the price, and we want the index header text removed, the create new item link removed. Yeah, we just want a clean professional page. So again, this is my first microservice for products, and this is my second microservice for car items, and this is my UI, the one I'm interested on for changes, right? Okay, so there we go. Our price is broken now, but the link to create new and the index header is gone. So let's go ahead and sort out that price. Why is it broken like that? So it's actually attached to the object. You just need to give that a space, and then you can see the add sign changes the color as soon as you give it space. And then I'm just gonna reload that page, or reload the application actually. So now it's gonna rebuild and rerun everything to take those changes into the page. Yeah, with MVC it's a bit of a process unless you use the hot reload function, which makes things easier. But yeah, you kind of need to retry. It's not like a matter of saving and then you have your changes on there. No, that's not the case. get that with different frameworks like React, for example. I know it does that. You literally make your changes on your file, save it, and you go to the browser, you can see what you have updated there. But we don't have that on this specific framework, so yeah, you kind of have to be patient. Okay, cool. Everything seems to be up and running. And menu, few items in stock. And there we go. That looks nice now. Way better. So I do want to make the items in stock look a bit sort of like bold, but you can clearly see how many items are available in stock. So we can make that change along with the add to cart. But before, let's see, if I go add to cart now, you see this one still needs to be updated. So we're going to quickly add that, and then look at all the changes. So in here I want to say just make this strong. Tab. Okay, that should be fine. And then our next page to update now is not the add to product, but the get cart by ID. Yeah, it's pretty much the exact same thing, guys, so I won't go through it step by step anymore. I will just plug in the code, take you through it, and then yeah, we can quickly test. So firstly, I want to do the same thing like I did before. I want to get rid of this. And then now I have a new div structure, and if you look at this one, it has a product detail container, and it also has the product image box, it has product info, and it has a title, brand, price. See, this is a repetition of the exact same thing we did before, which is why I'm not gonna type it out all over again, because we've done this just now. And then I want you to take a look at this control. This is an input number quantity. It has a default value of 1, minimum 1, maximum 5. This is just the input text box for the number of items that the user has. This is where we are going to also perform validations in our next coming videos to say if I have 5 items in stock and you're trying to order 6, then the system must let you know that we can't actually give you 6 items because we have 5 in stock, so you either order less or you go somewhere else. But no, prefer it if you order less, don't go somewhere else. Okay, cool, moving on. And then now I'm gonna plug in my style on there as well for the completeness of this. So yeah, let's go through it. This is our style for the product detail container, which is the first one over here. This is the container that sort of contains everything that we see on this page now when we spin it up. And then we have the product image box image element, which is over here. It's the product image box image element. And then we have product info, and there is our product info, which contains all of the details about the product. And then from there we have our product title. That's our product title, the name of the product. And then we have the product brand, and that's the product brand. So yeah, we went through this on the previous page. These are exactly the same. I'm trying to figure out something that might be different, but there isn't really. So I'm happy to go ahead and start this up. So on our next video tutorial, we're gonna look at hosting this, because we need to properly test it on different screen sizes, and the only way to do that is to actually host it somewhere, and then we can navigate there using a link. So I'm gonna drop a link on the chat of the exact same hosting service that I'm going to be using on the next tutorial. So please create an account, and we will definitely use that account on our next tutorial. But if you are willing to wait, you might as well just wait and then create the account on the next tutorial. There we go. For stock items, looks a bit bolder than before now, which is what we wanted when we implemented that change. Now when we go add to cart, our add to cart also looks nice. This is the text box we are looking at. Has a default value of 1, because you can't be adding a 0 item in your cart, so that's good. And then it can go up to 5. We don't want you ordering way more than that, otherwise we'll be selling everything to one person. So that should cover the rest of the plan we had. Let's go back and have a look. The final results, we have our product or index page looking exactly the same as this picture or the screenshot on the slides. And then also we've implemented the add item to cart, which also now looks exactly the same like this. And then now I'll open a new tab. And then, like I mentioned, that this will have to be tested on different screen sizes. That means we have to go get our hosting service now. There I have my registration link. I'm also gonna post this link on the chat, so please follow along the exact same steps that I'm gonna take you through now. Please use the exact same link. It's actually helpful for my referral support. Thank you in advance. So this is the ASP.NET hosting service that I've played around with a lot, and it's affordable. Also, your application is responsive when hosted on this platform. It is in dollars, so you need to calculate the prices as per your country before you make any purchases, because I'm in South Africa, so for me their prices are really affordable every time I count it, because I'm in a quarterly option, so I pay for my service for every 3 months. That means I just need to renew it a few times a year, so I can run it throughout the year. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign up just to show you how it goes. So it's taking me into my current account, so I want to log out. Maybe I should do this in incognito mode, because I already have an account, so the browser is like, hey, I know you have an account for this URL, and I don't really want to clear the cache data at the moment, so I'm just gonna try it in incognito. So there we go. Hopefully this works now. Customer login. And then I want to sign up. Okay, let me just agree using the cookies. Doesn't look like the sign up option is working for me. I wonder if it's because I already have a user account. But please try it out, guys. I'll drop the link on the chat, and then I'll investigate on my side. Why is it not working for me? Okay, cool. There I'm on the sign up page. So this actually tells you they have a free trial on .NET hosting, no credit card needed. You can host up to .NET 10. The Node applications can also run on there. It's OpenStack, powered by cloud hosting. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on the Get Started button. And then yeah, it's a 60-day free trial. I don't have a coupon. My login name will be online shopping tutorial. Okay, let me make it just online shopping microservices. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to use my Outlook email address, and then my password will be this email is already on their system, so I'm gonna use my other Gmail. So for you guys, it might be a different view, but if you go via a link, you might not get this. But if you do get this, just use that affiliate ID 100894461. That will be me. Email does not match. I forgot to update the other one. Let's quickly change that. Sign up. Free trial sign up successfully. Yay! It's pending email verification. If you don't receive the email in 5 to 10 minutes, it should come into your inbox immediately. But yeah, then you can get your credentials, log in, and then we're gonna start configurations, and we will look at publishing our 3 applications onto Smarter ASP.NET. Thank you for watching. Don't miss the next tutorial.